Developing Mathematical Thinking, the K-8 edition, starring math experts including Dr. Jonathan Brendifer.
DMTI stands for Developing Mathematical Thinking Institute, and DMTI came from a framework when I was a professor and did a lot of research on cognition, how students think, and how we took those ideas and we gave it to teachers through professional development. So we want people to be able to think mathematically. We want teachers to think mathematically. We want students to think mathematically, and everybody. So DMT approach has a framework for really understanding kids' thinking through mathematics and making sure that they understand ideas long-term.
You will see many examples of real classrooms with commentary by Dr. Brendifer, pointing out the math strategies in use.
Mr. Brosius introduces the students to an inactive physical model and then moves to an iconic visual model to get an understanding of what was happening, and then the last connects it to symbolic relationships. So let's take a look and watch Mr. Brosius' classroom.
Will just one of you quickly come up, grab 9 straws?
Yeah.
We did that? So here, when we're looking at the big pieces, how many do we have? Kevin Paul is nice here. How many do we have with the big pieces to make up the whole thing?
110.
Well, we have 10 total, and you had one of them.
One whole.
Now, when we take that apart and we zoom in and look, what happened to our pieces?
Disappeared.
Well, they didn't disappear. I know this is kind of shaded, but did the pieces get smaller?
Oh, yeah.
How many of them now make up the whole thing?
This program features 10 hours of training covering topics such as problem types, place value, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, ratio and proportion, fractions, and fluency.
We're going to model our thinking. There's 3 ways of modeling it. If you go back to Bruner, does anybody remember the first way? Inactive. Have them physically model, have a physical model of it. Second is iconic, which is a visual. I'll just put here again, the number line and the bar model are probably the 2 most effective ones of teaching. Those are the 2 best. And then we move to symbolic. Because we try to push kids right into that abstraction really quickly all the time. But it's like, these 2 are so critical.
So when we think about fractions, we're just going to think about iterating a unit fraction. Think about everything I've done with you so far is this. So when we did place value, we did this. When we did multiplication, we did this. Now we're introducing fractions, a new unit, a new idea. We're doing the same thing.
2 things happen in methods courses is that we don't focus on the deep mathematics, the conceptual understanding of the math. We tend to just focus on the procedures. And 2, the psychology. How do we actually come to understand the mathematics? So what we're going to do is this course is going to help you become much more confident in understanding how kids think about mathematics, and then how do you teach mathematics.
The philosophical underpinnings of this training is built upon respecting the students' thinking, which gives them the ownership of the learning and gets them excited about math. This program will bring to you and your staff the expertise of these math specialists to learn how to build student success through engaging math instruction.